Hello, I'm Dr. Rykovsky, and I'm your professor for English Diction for Singers, MUEG 1905. I wanted to post a brief video so that we could get started anticipating what this fall will be like for our class. We'll be doing these videos throughout the term, and they will often be quite short, but this one is to give you an introduction to the course as a whole and to me as your professor. So I like to be called Dr. R, and Rykovsky is also easy to say. This video is available all semester, so if you have any questions, you may come back and refer to this to get some answers on our resources. Obviously, there are a couple of important things to cover right off the bat. One is that we will be using Canvas as a major learning system and a major portion for our class. It will have information, it will have assessments, and it will have assignments. The second thing, of course, is that classroom attendance is extremely important. There are only 14 traditional class meetings and 17 online hours. So since there are exactly 14 traditional class meetings, it's really important that you attend in person. There is one grace absence built into the system so that if something came up and you had to miss one time, there would be no penalty towards your grade. But it's very important that you plan to get enough rest, to get enough nutrition, and to avoid situations that will require you to go to the doctor. The rest of the online experience will be very convenient to work around your schedule, especially on holiday weeks or weekends and during jury week. You will benefit from the flexibility of not having to be in a traditional classroom, but be able to work the online responsibilities into your own personal schedule. During traditional classroom times, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions of me and of one another, to practice the skills that you need to be building throughout the semester in order to ace the class. You will also have the opportunity to ask questions of me and of each other online from time to time. You will receive live coaching on choral and solo repertoire in the traditional class and also through online videos. You will be able to ask questions via email, and this is a good time to look at this syllabus. So in the very first class meeting, you will or will have received the hard copy of the syllabus, and an electronic copy continues to be available all semester long on Canvas, on our learning management system. The syllabus is a very important tool, and you must bring it to class every class meeting. Many of you have done Canvas before, and it will be new to a few of you, and you will find that the functionality and the flow of Canvas will work very well for our diction class. So let's look at the syllabus in a little more detail. On the very first page, you will see that there are the emails to use to contact me, and you need to use both emails, helen.rykovsky@unt.edu and heldusky@gmail.com. There are rare times when one server or the other might not be working, and so both emails addresses are to be used each time you need to reach me by email. What else can we see on this syllabus? After you see that my office is in Bain Hall, which is where I am right now, Bain Hall 208, then there are the required materials listed on your syllabus. Let's look at those. So these required materials, there are two required textbooks. One is the Catherine LaBeouf, Singing and Communicating in English. That red book we will call the LaBeouf. And the blue book is the Cambridge English Pronouncing Dictionary. The Cambridge English Pronouncing Dictionary we will call the dictionary. It's the blue one. We will also provide you with the Dr. R's Handbook for English Diction for Singers. And that's what we will use to begin the course. You must have the 2 required textbooks by the 5th class meeting. That's a hard deadline. You must have it by the 5th class meeting. It means it's a good idea to obtain those 2 textbooks. Buy them, do not rent them. Buy them as soon as you can and pay yourself back when the rest of your finances come in. It will reduce a great deal of student stress to get those books immediately, because we'll need to be using them full time starting in the 5th class meeting. Prior to that, in the Dr. R's Handbook, you will get a thorough introduction into the International Phonetic Alphabet, known as IPA, and into many aspects of the diction class. In your syllabus, you will also see the schedule. As I mentioned, there are 14 traditional class meetings where you must be physically in attendance in class. And then there are 17 hours of online instruction, assessment, and information. The schedule in the syllabus will help you know which are the days you must be in class. So we've covered your required textbooks and the handbook that you will be provided. There are also required materials. You must have a 3-ring binder that is for this class specifically. Not a 3-ring binder for all classes together, but specifically for this class, a 3-ring binder that we will use as part of our resources during class time. It needs to have paper in it for being able to take notes. You need to have a pencil. It's important to work in pencil rather than pen for a great deal of the things we need to do. A USB drive. You need to have a smartphone or a device that you're able to make a video such as I'm making for you right now. It clearly doesn't have to be a professional video, but it needs to be able to see you and hear you, and for you to be able to upload the file that you create of speaking and singing in the class. We will use music from the choral library here, but also solo repertoire that your voice teacher will assign you in voice lessons. It's also a very good idea to bring some former repertoire with you, because songs that you already know from contests or from musicals could be used in our English diction class. Feel free to email me at the email I mentioned earlier, helen.rykowski@unt.edu. Be sure to put the dot in between my first and last names. If you have any questions, you can email me there, or you can plan to speak to me in person during or just after our very first class meeting together for this semester. I have found diction to be not only a delight, something I love to do, but I've also found it to be very useful professionally. I use it every rehearsal and performances with the Dallas Opera. I sing in the Dallas Opera Chorus as a soprano. This will be my 15th year singing with the Dallas Opera. We've sung in Italian, German, French, Czech, Russian, English, Latin, and then in other opportunities I've also used diction to help me with Hebrew, Greek, Afrikaans, a little bit of Spanish, and Catalan. I really enjoy diction. I'm a nerd about diction, and I love teaching it, and I love teaching English diction specifically. I love English and French so much, and I love students, and I love working with you. And I look forward to a wonderful semester together, and I wish you a very strong semester in the UNT College of Music.